Hey guys, what is up? It is TreeBaron here, coming at you with some Wargame Airland Battle gameplay. Today I will be playing as the US of A, and I've made myself a nice little deck, something I can win with, hopefully. I'm going to start out here by putting my command post back in the woods there and moving my forward operating base forward a bit more. Next I'm going to get more command posts ready so that I can capture at least 2 zones is what I plan to hold on this map. You can see the map's really tiny, and 2 zones should be just enough income to keep my troops going and hopefully deter the enemy from capturing too many. I'm going to go for Charlie on the left and also the command post on the right. Right now I'm going to lay down some Seahawk helicopters. They have Hellfire missiles, which have some decent range and are really good at locking on. I'm also going to start deploying down some recon here, which you'll see I'll use later. I'm going to put more heavy recon on the right since I expect the enemy to come from the right. And also get ready with my vehicles. Now my vehicles are going to be my main army here. I've got a lot of tow tanks that are pretty cheap, do a good job against anti-tank. I've also got some Zippo in case they throw infantry at me, and also some Ontos. Now here I'm going to deploy a bunch of anti-aircraft. A lot of the key to this game is controlling the sky, so I'm going to throw down some Hawk anti-aircraft missiles, and I'm also going to throw down some lower level missiles just in case over here, which I might move forward later if needed. I'm playing against a random AI, so they could throw tanks at me or helicopters or infantry. I have no idea. Right now I'm also going to grab some infantry. This deck is mainly focused on infantry, but I actually don't use it probably as much as I should. The infantry in this deck is pretty cheap. I mean, it's good, but it's cheap. So I'm going to start moving my units out now. Just going to move some infantry, some scouts and stuff on the left, nothing too heavy. And also get my command bases into place. That'll probably be too far, I should put it closer. There we go. I'm going to hide it there in the woods. And that should be able to have me capture that, and they'll bring in some income. Okay. Let's see, got my Hawks in here. Should probably move those forward just a bit. Forward operating base has a circle around it where it can resupply, and so I want them at the edge of that circle. I'm also going to move these anti-aircraft up. Oh shoot. I was expecting them to come from the right, but they're actually on the left, and they're already here. So I'm going to move some units over on the left. I'm just going to tell them all to start heading over there, and then decide where they go individually. Let's see if I can get infantry into those buildings, and tow missiles over there. Should probably send far left too. There we go. Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to have to get my Air Force in here kind of early, sooner than I expected, just because they're kind of rushing. I was not expecting that. Oh, and they've destroyed my command unit. It's probably bad. I'll have to get a new one of those in there. Hopefully my Air Force can hold them off in the meantime, and I can get some reinforcements there as soon as possible. Looks like they kind of made it past. They kind of ignored my infantry. I should get the Seahawks over here. The Seahawks, like I said, have Hellfire missiles, and they're quite good at taking out tanks and vehicles and such. I'm gonna keep hitting them with my Air Force, although it looks like they have some anti-aircraft guns, which is probably bad. I can get some more planes here. As you can see right now, I've definitely started to lose since they've been kind of overrunning me. I really wasn't expecting them to come from the left, which I should have been more prepared for, but you know, it is what it is. Luckily my infantry is still there, and my Air Force is intact as of yet. I'm going to send a couple of planes to strike that AA. We just really need to get rid of it. It might even be worth losing a plane or two over. just if I can destroy that, because right now I really need air support. A lot of the key to this game is it's in the air support. So you want to get good anti-aircraft guns every time. Get the best anti-aircraft units you can. I actually go for cheaper aircraft. These are Vietnam era aircraft. One of them drops napalm, and it also has machine guns to attack helicopters, and the other one is straight up bombs. And I use those in conjunction with each other, and they're really quite good. There's also another version of this airplane that can fire anti-radar missiles, and what it does is if they have anti-aircraft that use radar to fire, it will lock onto the radar and track that into the target. So those can actually be really useful. The problem with those is they can only attack anti-aircraft stuff, so it makes it a little bit limited. I guess they can also attack scouts too if they have radar. Right now I'm just going to finish off their infantry here. There we go. And I might move my infantry there, but I'm not sure. Here I've seen that they've destroyed a couple of my anti-aircraft, and like I said, the key to controlling this is controlling the skies. So I'm going to move in more there, even though they're kind of expensive, and see if I can wipe out this little bit of infantry here with my tanks. There we go. Alright, I'm going to move these forward. These guys are kind of too far back. That was just in case they tried to go from my home base. You see I've recaptured the base onto the left. And, now I'm going to get some recon. See if I can get some guys into the right. As you can see there, I only have my command post there, and if they were to suddenly rush the right like they did the left, I would be really screwed right now. Let's see. I'm going to get some tow in here. Hopefully, if they try to go through the city, which in the past when I played this map, they really like to go through Delta there. Hopefully that should be able to hold them off a bit. Alright. Let's also get some more scouts there, just in case. The other scout I sent was only a Jeep. Shoot. Looks like they're bringing in more anti-aircraft. There's a whole bunch of them here. There we go. I might just hit them with everything I have, actually. See those anti-aircraft guns hitting my planes. So quick. I'm gonna rake in a lot of points right here, though. They're all clustered right there. There we go. I love that napalm. I need to start bringing in my Seahawks a bit more, since those are really the best anti-tank weapons I have. Like I said, I also have tow jeeps, but tow missiles aren't terribly accurate, not as accurate as the Hellfires, and obviously jeeps don't have a lot of armament on them. Tow jeeps have finally arrived at that location. I'm just going to encourage them to destroy some of those troop transports before they unload their troops. There we go. And get them inside the buildings there. Yeah, as you can see here, I'm slowly recovering from their initial push left. Like I said, I really wasn't expecting that. I'm going to get air support in here, try to finish off those units that are still kind of clustered there. Get some Seahawks in there. There we go. Alright. Let's see. This guy needs more missiles. Part of the big advantage of having a forward operating base right there, especially when you're using better units, you'll end up running out of missiles, especially Hellfire missiles, because they're really good, so they get used up really quickly. Have a forward operating base there, call back your helicopters, and then you have to tell them to land, which is a bit of a pain, but once they land, they can then get resupplied. I'm going to see if I can also push forward here in the middle. I'm a little worried because I don't really... There's a scout there, but because of the buildings, I'm not sure he can see everything that's going to come through there. And if they start putting infantry in those front buildings, it could be a big problem, especially for these tanks right here. Speaking of which... probably attack those. Alright. I'm kind of running out of planes, which is a little worrisome, but I'm still going to hit this AA again. Because if I can, like I said, controlling the sky is very important. Very important. So we're going to hit them again. Alright. Yep, all my planes are currently in for repair in the field. That's one of the downsides of this deck. I need more planes. I have a lot of infantry that I never use, and then just like 6 planes that I use all the time. I'm going to move in. Speaking of infantry, I'm going to move them in now. Get my Seahawk back, and then the other one should almost be out of missiles. Wait for it to fire. Yep, okay. Let's get these guys in this building here, and hopefully one load them. One of the things about infantry in this game, basically if you keep them in their vehicles, which these guys are just an M35, so it's trucks, so it's advantageous to reload them before they reach their target and then just have them walk the rest of the way. What's good is units like infantry can take cover in buildings, and they take cover really quickly, so they kind of jump from building to building, especially if they're in like a town or something. Oh shoot. Yeah, as you can see there, they wiped out a lot of my infantry in one hit. Calling an air support again. And now I have only 2 planes. I'll still see if I can get that tank column there. And keep my Seahawks here. Is that one done? No. I forgot to tell it to land, which is kind of a bit of a problem. I'm going to call in more Seahawks, just because I'm worried about another armored column rush. I'm also going to get some tanks there. See, there's infantry. I've got infantry there, but they got infantry in that building. I might want to call over a Zippo flamethrower tank over there just a little bit as soon as I get the money for it. The forces on the left are spread pretty thin right now, but it looks like they mostly stopped pushing left, and now they're kind of going for the middle. So I'm just not going to worry about that for now. If something happens over there, it should take them long enough that I should be able to get close to them. My Seahawks are going way too far for some reason. I don't know why they're doing that. Get them fall back. As you can see, my infantry there are out of rockets. I might actually send them some resupply trucks. The trucks should be able to reach that area safely, I think. I just destroyed one of my Seahawks. Okay. Shoot, both of them. Alright, that's a bit of a problem. This guy needs land resupply. Infantry is on their way. Got 1 plane left. Alright, let's go ahead and get these scouts, I think. Yeah. It's probably... that plane's probably going to get destroyed. But it's important to not let them have too many eyes on the battlefield. Scouts are really important. That's another thing that's really important in this game. And yep, there goes my plane. Scouts and Air Force work together. Or alternatively, you can also have artillery working. I don't like the artillery just because you always got to go back and select it and then have it fire on positions, and it gets a bit annoying. Also, they go through ammunition really quickly, and the airplanes, obviously, you can resupply them as many times as you want, as long as they don't get shot down. I'm going to go ahead and strengthen the right here. I'm going to send a bunch of Ontos. Ontos are dumbfire missiles, and they're kind of armored vehicles. They're actually really bad, but they're really cheap. So I'm going to send a bunch over there, and hopefully they can just kind of bombard that force that's over there. I'm also going to see about pushing in through these buildings here. My infantry, I managed to get 3 infantry units with missiles there that are anti-tank, anti-vehicle. And let's also move some Ontos over here, and I'm going to need 1 Zippo, which is what I can afford right now, and send it over to clear out those infantry there on the left. Alright. Yeah, the thing about this game is you're always calling in more reinforcements, and you really got to have the deck to be able to back that up, is always calling in more reinforcements. There's different ways to play, obviously. I'm going to get my Seahawks in here, destroy some of these. In the end, what you want to do is you want to mix really good units and then back them up with cheap units. So they're all kind of, mixed together a little bit. And what'll happen usually is they'll be firing, the enemy will fire on the cheap units, and that'll give your good units time to destroy the enemy. See, here we've got Ontos, you can see how bad they are. They're definitely not meant to be anti-infantry anyway, but they're firing on that building. Oh, I guess they did actually, never mind, they actually did help out there. And I'm gonna resupply these guys. They've been, you can see all the missiles they've been firing at that enemy column. They're almost out, it looks like, along with all the other infantry there on the left. But that's okay. They don't have to have missiles, because the enemy doesn't know they don't have missiles. I'm really proud of these Ontos here. Doing pretty decent. Look at that. Actually getting kills and stuff. Yeah, so Ontos they're pretty good for support, actually. Probably supporting tank columns and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm gonna move this Zippo tank in here just to make sure they don't move any infantry into those buildings again. And this brave little Ontos, order him to his death. Looks like those need to land and resupply. You can see how annoying it gets having to do that all the time. I'm thinking about getting that other attack helicopter I have. I'm not sure if it can attack ground units with its missiles though. So I'm just going to go with infantry instead, I think. Put them right there where the enemy seems to be coming through at. And looks like they're resupplying those guys with missiles and any other ammunition supply needs they have. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna split one of the infantry units and move it into the buildings. And what I'm gonna do is leapfrog from building to building using these units. And you'll see here in a second, they kind of automatically hop into the buildings, and then when they move to adjacent buildings, it's really quick. So infantry can actually move through towns almost as fast as vehicles can, if not faster. They're trying to go around, so I'm just gonna order them here. And then next one. See, watch this. They hop over really quickly. And right there. Perfect. Okay, so now these guys are barricaded in a building and they've got a perfect view of the enemy. Got more on the way. Going over there to the right. I think I'll keep them there. Just make sure those guys are attacking. Looks like they're doing a pretty decent job there. And there we go. It's only a minor victory this time, but thanks for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Thanks.